welcome back to Boys and Ghouls Film Review. I'm your host, Sarah Stephenson, and this is my co-host, Michael Stephenson.
Hello.
With me today is Jason Wingate,
Hello.
William Fletcher,
Hello.
and Curtis Harrison,
Hey,
our
hey.
newest member.
Hey, how you doing?
So today we're going to be discussing the feature film Alien, the 1979 film. So
Yes.
we all seen it already. We
Yep.
just went through it twice, or 3 times in a row, depending on who's watching it now.
Yeah.
And then, so what are you guys' thoughts about the film so far?
Well, I first watched it many years ago, and it kind of turned me into a sci-fi horror fan. It was, I mean, the pacing of the film is very, let's say, it's very well paced. It starts off really slow, and then it gets more eerie as things goes along. So yeah.
So, Jace, what are your thoughts?
Well, to be honest with you, when I first saw Alien, I heard how scary it was and how intense it was, and to be honest with you, I was actually really disappointed with it because I was expecting this really scary film, and most of it is it's just all talk. There's hardly any action in it at all.
Yeah, but a little action and a little bit of details to know what's going on, like how did they go, how they came to this solar system.
Yeah.
They were on a routine mission to go home to the planet Earth, and
Yeah.
then somehow they got their ship got
Well, the computers took over because
Yeah.
that was giving new instructions. So
Yeah,
it was
right.
redirected.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
then I woke up to, oh, we're not home, are we?
yeah.
Gee.
Gee, why
No,
did you-
Yeah.
no,
Sherlock.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong in this situation?
Oh, I could
Yeah.
just
Oh,
count
bugger.
the ways.
Yes.
Until they realised much later in the film that they were redirected because of these the company they work for want them to be in that
Yeah.
spot.
Well, even still, you hardly ever. The movie is called Alien, but you hardly ever get to see it. I mean, I know it's all about the suspension build up and
Yeah, well,
everything like
suspense
that.
is really good, and it doesn't
Yeah.
put you in mind of a little bit of a. It does take a little bit of a while for them to realize, oh, this place we're in the wrong place at the wrong time, and then they later on get a stress signal, thinking it's a SOS, but actually it's a warning. And,
Yes, I do
and that's
remember
where
that.
it starts leading us.
Well, yeah, they
down
didn't
the
know
dark
what the
path.
signal was. They just said just some beacon noise or something coming
Yeah.
from the
Yeah,
planet
yeah,
or
yeah.
wherever
Yeah.
it was. Yeah, didn't actually say what it was. They couldn't decode it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh,
but
Curtis, I forgot to ask you,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts about the film?
I'm gonna start showing my age a little bit here. So I never actually saw the original first. I saw the spin-off back in 2007 with Alien versus Predator.
Yeah,
And
not bad.
after that, I
Yeah.
got into it that way, and I started going back and watching Alien, and then the sequel Aliens, and then when Prometheus came out, I was super excited.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Prometheus, so
Yeah,
Me neither.
I've seen all 4
You're not
movies,
missing out.
So I really like it with Cigar Weaver.
Sigourney.
Sigourney
Weaver,
Weaver, yeah.
Sigourney
Cigar,
Weaver,
yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever.
being in the movies because I
Yeah.
think she's my favorite person in the movie because she's the final girl in all 4 of them.
Yeah.
The funny thing, that was her first go at being a main character in a movie. She only did 2 movies before that,
Yeah.
Okay.
and that was her first lead role,
Yeah.
and that launched her career pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
she went on to better and greater things. She's
Like
got killed-
Ghostbusters, for
Yeah.
example.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
We call spider greatness, can't we? Anyway,
Yeah, she is a very strong female protagonist. I'll
Yeah,
give her
she
that.
is
so,
actually.
yeah.
Yeah, in the 3rd movie, I'm not gonna. I mean, no, I won't go
No.
into that.
Well,
No spoilers.
Yes.
No
No
spoilers.
spoilers,
spoilers.
but
Spoilers free.
in that one there was no weaponry, so they decided and
Sigourney Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver. Yeah.
said that
Just say
she
Ripley.
didn't like
Ripley.
she
That's
didn't
a
like
good idea.
guns,
Yeah.
and she's a bit of a is a bit of a gun not person that doesn't like guns, and
Yeah.
she wanted to do the story a little different.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yes.
Actually, just changing this road, talking about doing things different. Ridley Scott did the first movie,
Yeah.
and then the next 3 movies was it somebody else did it, and he came back for the prequels, Prometheus and the other one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I don't know why he dumped out of the other 3 movies. He could have done a lot. Well, I wouldn't say he could have done better than the other directors, but
Yeah.
But
he could.
Well, I just
yeah.
bought the box set for this particular podcast, so
Yeah.
I've only seen the first one.
Yeah.
For now, I mean, I have seen all 4 of them, but it's been a very long time since I've seen them.
Look, there is good continuity going through it. They do link together quite nicely.
Yeah.
They do, they do,
yeah, it has, and they
Yeah.
still stick to the similar characters down to the nitty gritty,
Yeah.
and it's kind of good that way they did it.
And the
that way.
climax is good, but we won't go. We're not talking about the last movie.
Nice.
Yeah, so
but-
Why not? This movie's like 40 years old.
No, yeah, but we're only doing one movie. Not
We're
we're not doing the
Okay.
franchise.
We're doing
Okay.
the first
Yeah.
one. If we get more people interested in wanting us to talk more about the alien movies, we'll then
Yes.
start.
Yeah, it's
talking
like
more.
on the-
Like I
sure.
said, I do have the box set now, so
Yeah,
I
it's
can
like
see
doing
all 4 of
Rocky.
them.
You're Rocky 1, and then you got Rocky, 7 or 8, 9, 10 now?
Yes.
And there's over 9 Fast and the Furious films.
Yeah.
It seems
exactly right. You
it
can't
seems
do
to
them
be
all,
the
yeah.
thing in Hollywood at the moment. They're all bringing all the old classics back with reboots and
Yeah,
you know.
and you know, it gets back to what I keep saying, Sarah. If all this fails, let's go back to the original form we did on that movie
Yeah.
Yeah.
and see if we can turn a few dollars on it.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
hey,
And
that's
it's really,
right.
it's very
Yeah.
Yeah.
disheartening.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you said the movie isn't really that scary. I thought it was scary.
I thought it was
yeah.
creepy, especially
Yeah.
the chest
For its time,
toppings.
Yeah, that,
but
Yeah.
but you got to look at it for the period that was done back in what.
Not
se-
1979.
79.
Yeah, yeah.
And that now by today's standards, it's not scary. But
Yeah.
you take the first Frankenstein movie with Boris Karloff.
I guess
That was supposed to be a horror
Yeah.
movie. Today
Yeah.
it's like kiddies can watch it.
Yeah.
I guess I was just expecting a lot more from it because,
Yeah.
as I said, people kept saying how creepy it is, how scary it is. Yeah, there is. I do admit there is some gruesome.
It was
parts
a
in
lot darker than Star Wars.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
It was.
Yeah, Star Wars
Definitely.
was like a sci-fi adventure
Yeah.
stuff and a little bit of
Yeah.
action thrown in. This one was a lot darker and deeper and was
Yeah.
a lot moodier and almost like a film noir job.
Yeah.
Oh, it was. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
the good guys weren't, the gleaming sort of wonderful heroes in shining armor type
Yeah.
guys. They're just the you and me
Yeah.
type people
It-
who are
It
Yeah.
felt
Yeah,
very
it-
realistic for its time.
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, I think so,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I seem to recall that when the Star Wars movie came out in 1977, that would made way for a lot of sci-fi films that kind of
Yeah.
it put
that-
confidence back in the
that
industry
brought
to
the
make
confidence
sci-fi
back.
again.
Yeah.
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 Well, with this film originally, the alien was just a gigantic man. Afterwards, when they got bigger budgets, they started using puppetry because they had faith in the project.
Oh, is that right?
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
probably why you didn't see
that'd
him
be
as
right.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, got a good memory
Yeah.
there, Curtis.
So,
Yeah.
so we're spoiling the movie or we're not? Can we do spoilers?
Hmm?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can
this,
just
yeah,
spoil
this,
it.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
this
this
is an
is-
old movie.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is an old
yeah.
movie, so it's all cool.
Yeah, I am a massive fan of practical effects and the plot twist where what's his name is an android.
Ash.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Ash,
Ash. Yeah,
yeah.
Ash.
Played
That
by
I have
was-
to admit
played by
that one
Yeah,
did
Yeah,
get
not
me.
related to Evil Dead's
Yeah.
Ash, just
No,
so you know.
forget
Yes.
that.
I did find Ash to be the scariest part of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't
yeah.
very emotional when things
Yeah.
were going.
Yeah.
Hey,
When
look at
everything
that.
was
Yeah.
going
Yeah, but he's
pear-shaped.
Tommy.
Yeah, yeah,
When
yeah.
everything
They're very
was going-
unemotional and very
Yeah, yeah,
reserved.
yeah.
When
Hey,
everything was
look
going
at that.
pear-shaped,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he was the only one who was just taking it off as a
No.
oh what a bad day, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort
Yeah,
of thing.
bad,
What
bad
is the
day in
go
Black
with the
Rock or
white blood
something.
though?
Yeah.
What's that meant to be?
Well, it's like
What was that?
saliva.
So I
Yeah, oh, the dribbly bits. Yeah,
Yeah.
funny.
Oh, that was acid.
Oh, that was
Well,
acid.
you'd like to
Yeah.
think so, but
Yeah.
it's always dripping with crap all the time. Sorry, I shouldn't say crap.
Yes.
Crap's the wrong bad word. Now,
Yeah, milk.
Listen to daddy, children.
I think it was milk.
Kiddies
in
do
the-
not
in
say
the movie,
crap.
and that's why it
No.
was so.
Yeah,
Sorry?
yeah.
I thought that it was kind of funny, with that bit.
Yeah.
When they found out he was. Like,
It was a little bit gooey and eerie, but you know,
Yeah, and then they find.
I just didn't know what the girl the white blood was. But as Curtis said, that's
Well, that's
acid.
some
But
sort of-
wasn't? Are you talking about the alien's blood? Because I know the alien's
Yeah,
blood was
yeah,
acid.
Yeah, some
that
sort of
was
white-
acid. Sorry, I didn't know it was talking about the
no, the
Yeah,
robot, he had
yeah,
some
yeah.
white stuff inside and going through his tube, something like his own.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know why.
yeah.
Yeah.
Some-
And another question I have
Yeah.
as well.
Okay. Good.
Have you noticed with the film? 1 minute we see the alien. When we first see the alien, he's a newborn baby.
Yeah.
But the next time you see him, he's already full grown.
Yeah, it goes,
Yeah.
grows way too
and,
fast.
And
yeah.
I was going to say,
That's my
that
biggest
is that
problem
one of
with
my
the film.
comments.
Yes.
That blew my sense of realism out of it.
Yeah.
It was growing too fast with no nutrients. It's got to
Yeah.
eat
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
It can't live
Yeah.
on fresh air.
Yeah,
And,
I reckon they
yeah,
should have at least
a
put
bit-
like
bit slower.
I don't know, like 1 year later, or maybe they've been
Or
stuck
a
in
couple
space.
of weeks
I think
later,
1 year
something,
later would
or-
just slow the movie down
Yeah.
too
Yeah,
much.
but still, yeah,
Yeah.
it's over a few hours. It was
Yeah,
morphing and changing and
Yeah.
just
Then again, when you
yeah.
look at well, that's not exactly the same example because in the Blob, no doubt every time a creature came in contact with with a human life form,
It got
Mm.
bigger.
it got bigger, and obviously.
but that's different though because it's a blob. Like it's just a mass. We're
Yeah.
talking about a living creature.
But no,
here.
but this alien, the first one I got on Kane's face.
Yeah.
Now he planted the seed in his chest,
Yeah.
and then the seed, he ran out. He broke out of his chest and ran away. The next time you actually saw him before he killed anybody, he'd grown.
Yeah, he was already full.
Who would he eat? He didn't eat the cat.
No.
No.
And
No.
the cat Jonesy was still hanging around.
Yeah,
I know.
I thought it was kind of cute that Jonesy,
Yeah.
apart from Ripley,
Someone made a comment
yeah.
about
they
that
both
before
survived.
It
Yeah.
can't.
about the cat.
It can't grow on air alone. So yeah, it's just.
It,
Yeah.
I think Curtis raised something before we started about the cat, didn't you? You talked about the cat.
He's trying to remember. He's
about
got that.
why
he's
the
got that
cat?
thinking
Why,
look on
why
his
the
face.
cat?
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, I have a note. It's like, right then, why the cat was in the film? That was very random. out of
I
the
think
blue.
it was there for
Yeah.
case that
Mice.
there's rats.
Mice.
Yeah.
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 Or-
Because, see,
Yeah.
a lot of these space movies are based on Navy, and all the old
Yeah.
boats used to have a cat run around
was
to
just-
kill vermin.
It was just
Yeah, so it's just a flow on, I think.
it was emotional support for Ripley, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Oh, we're not going to go on to cat jokes, are we?
Actually,
No.
I said that this movie wasn't scary. I will admit, the part where the cat jumps out when they're looking for the
Yeah.
Yeah.
that did scare
Now-
me.
Yeah.
That
now
part
that-
did scare me.
That
Yeah.
one, that brings the stomach. How
False
the
jump scares.
hell did
Yeah.
that cat get locked into that container?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good
Now,
question.
come on.
Good question.
Yeah, I'm more concerned about how they were able to capture the cat and take it with them home.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
well, that raises another question. When all hell's breaking loose, everyone's dying and trying to escape the ship. Says, "Oh, where's the cat?" I wouldn't be thinking of the cat.
Exactly.
I'll be there trying to save my own
Oh,
skin.
don't
I'll be.
say that.
Yeah.
There's RSV
And
people
considering
here.
the boat is the spaceship is set to destroy itself in 10 minutes. You're getting a spaceship ready, your shuttle spaceship ready to leave the place, and
Yeah.
oh, I must go and find the cat. That's like saying I left my handbag behind laying on the sideboard.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm not going to. I'm going
When
now.
she put the cat down in the box, I don't know if she forgot him or not, but I thought she was actually going to fit into the alien. That's why she left it there.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then she had to go back and get the cat.
she had to go back and get the cat. Yeah,
Yeah.
Dumb woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Jonesy doesn't want to die.
no,
And
of
I
course.
imagine the RSV people will have something to say
RSPCA
about
would have had a few words to
I
say
mean,
about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
No
people.
cats are hurt during the making
Yeah,
of this
yeah, yeah.
movie, I'll
Yeah.
tell you right now, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, they'll have something to say about animal cruelty
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
outer space.
Surely they'll mention that in the credits at the end.
Yeah.
yes.
And plus, they,
Actually, he was a very believable actor, that cat. I must admit,
Yeah.
he did his role quite well.
He did,
Yeah.
yeah.
Very believable.
Yeah, very believable.
Yeah.
yeah.
Did you when they were searching for the cat before, I think it was just before the first guy the second guy, because the first guy
The
got
first guy,
got the alien bobbed out of his
Yeah,
chest,
right.
but the second
Oh, yeah,
guy
yeah, yeah.
he actually gets eaten.
Right.
There when the cat jumps out at him.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I noticed there's a whole lot of, I don't know, liquid or acid or something dripping down. Why wasn't the cat hurt?
Doesn't like cat.
It doesn't like cat.
Oh, wait, oh,
Have you ever,
No, you know what I mean. Though it was like this thing bleeds acid, right?
yeah.
yeah.
Well, when you see the cat jump out, he was like, there's literally acid dripping on it.
And why didn't the cat get dissolved? That's a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But look at it. Cats pee out ammonia almost. Hello.
Yeah.
Have you ever
fully grown.
smelled cat? No. Anyway, we won't go there.
Yeah.
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 That might
Yeah.
be similar.
Yeah. A fully grown alien, it's not acid blood, it's just slime, so, you know.
It could be a lot of them.
Oh,
guys.
Well,
true.
the slime is
Yeah, yeah.
okay, I think, and I think the acid in the blood is just.
Oh, so the
Yeah.
acid only comes out of the babies, like the
Well, it's a defense
things that
mechanism.
attach
Yeah.
themselves to the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But actually, when we find out much later that the actual alien may also have acid blood in its bloodstream too.
Possibly.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think that fits in with the story here.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
Yeah.
yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, well, it
Ooh.
explains a lot. If you were, it's just like any other type of birthing thing, where
Mm.
if you were giving birth to a human child, the human would most likely have a bit of
Actually,
blood.
I'm
Yeah.
going to go backwards a bit towards the beginning of the movie. When they went to the alien spaceship on that little planet or moon or asteroid or what the hell, whatever
Yeah.
it was.
They had a rough landing.
Well, I don't know what it was. But you have a look at it. Now, you had this dead alien laying in a chair,
Yeah.
and all these eggs down the road from him, just down there a few hundred metres, or 50 metres from him. Must have been 100 eggs or so or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Dozens.
There were no live alien creatures
Yes,
there.
good
All the
point.
bones are off, considering it was a nest. You would think there'd be some sort of people.
At
hanging-
least the queen.
the queen or the bones
Yeah.
of the queen or something. There was nothing there. It was sterile.
Yeah.
Maybe,
So you're thinking there was some sort of civilization or something that left something there?
Don't know. They're-
Or maybe
Where are
they
the
had-
aliens? Like the
yeah,
actual
but the
aliens
ones
walking
actually,
around?
someone would have hacked out that guy's chest. Where'd he go?
good question.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going out to. I'm going to go down to McDonald's to get a hamburger. and never came back. I mean,
Maybe it was the queen alien.
yeah, but where did
Yeah.
she go?
She, the point he's
They
making
had
is
all
she
these
wasn't in the
eggs
ship.
there, and then a
Yeah.
queen wouldn't leave the nest.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree with that. The queen would never leave the nest.
And there's no one there. There's no life apart from
Yeah,
what was in the
eggs
eggs.
don't go
Yeah.
out.
And now, actually, here's something for you. You know,
Well, not alien
you
queens.
know the
anyway.
close up of the
Yeah.
egg with that thing moving.
Yeah. Huh?
You know the little close up of the egg where you see something moving, like a fetus going in there like
Yeah.
that.
See through, yeah.
Yeah, see through. That was a
Oh, yep, yep.
that was a fiberglass egg made up, and I think the Banyan guy who actually wrote it, or one of those guys actually had his hand in there
Yeah,
going
that's
like
right.
that.
Oh,
It's
really?
like make it look like
Yeah.
the alien was in there.
Oh,
And so
wow.
I've been meaning to have a look again to see if it looks like his fingers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right,
Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't actually know that.
Yeah, just the little things
Yeah.
you pick up when you're
Yeah.
nosing around. Yeah, but,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it was just there's someone's hand going. "Ugh."
Yeah.
Well, I think.
Yeah.
Well, for me, the most crazy part about that was the fact that it was inspired by the speech writer. He had medical problems. He had Crohn's disease.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he was just wanted to try. And thought it'd be like a good way to introduce the alien and also show the suffering he was going through. So I thought that was very clever when I researched into that.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
okay,
great.
okay.
Wait.
What is Crohn's disease? I don't know. I've heard of it, but I don't know.
Oh,
what
it's
it is.
like something with your bowel, like an infection or something. I don't know.
Let's jump on to
Yeah.
WebMD.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Um,
Well, while we're doing
I
that,
get diverticulitis. Is there anything like that? That's
while
a
we're
real
doing
pain
that,
in the anyway.
going back to that alien corpse.
Yeah.
You know, I was getting a good look at it, and I couldn't work out if it was human or if it was
Oh,
actually alien.
it wasn't human.
It wasn't human?
No,
No.
it was bigger than a human. Well, it looked bigger than a human, but the head
Yeah.
shape was all different.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looked like it had a bit of a yeah.
Yeah.
So was it actually one of them?
Oh, wait.
No. Hang on, here we go. Crohn's disease.
Uh,
Yeah.
Crohn's disease is a chronic inflammatory bowel disease that affects the lining of the digestive tract. Crohn's disease can sometimes cause life-threatening complications.
Are kids
Like an
actually
alien
listening
jumping
to
at your
this
chest.
podcast?
There you go. Okay. Right.
Are
That'll
kids
do it.
actually listening to this podcast?
Eh?
You
Are
can
kids
cut that if you
actually
want.
listening to this
I think-
podcast?
I
think
hope
they
so.
are. Yeah.
Well, it's useful information in case people want to know about.
Well,
There
it's
you go.
worthwhile
Yes.
because other people might look at Wikipedia
Yeah.
and other things on the internet and and
And
IMDb,
it's also
whatever. And,
interesting
yeah.
how the screenwriter came up with the idea of using this sort of virus or disease
Yeah, yeah.
to get him in the alien sort of mood, how the alien came into being.
Well, here's
Yeah.
another thing too. This movie almost didn't start. Never would have had a chance unless Star Wars made 2 years before. How's that one
Oh,
go?
really?
Because science fictions weren't popular,
Yeah, true.
and all of a sudden,
Yes,
I think
it was
Curtis had
actually
something to
Star
say
Wars
on that
made
over there.
popular.
He's,
Yeah,
he's
so-
waving his hands around there or something.
Yeah, so initially it wasn't easy to sell, but the screenwriters bounced between producers for a while and almost landing a B-grade movie with legend Roger Corman, who's
Yeah.
best known for doing the original Death Race.
Yeah.
But the script eventually went to a new company, Brandywine Productions, which
Yep.
had ties to 20th Century Fox, which gave us the product we have today.
And something
Yeah.
also a lot of people may have picked up. Ridley Scott was not the first director chosen.
Really?
Oh, okay.
He was about the third or fourth one down the line.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought it was written and directed by Ridley Scott. I thought it was
No,
his.
Bannon.
I actually thought it was a James Cameron movie.
No,
I have no idea
the director
where
was
it got
Ripley.
James Cameron from,
Yeah.
but
I thought
it was
Alien
the
was like his
sequel or
brainchild
the
or
like-
something.
No, that's Bannon. Bannon.
Okay.
oh,
wrote it,
so he did
Okay.
make
He
a
wrote
movie.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A
Yeah.
guy called Dan O'Bannon actually wrote it,
Okay.
and he actually did the screenplay as well.
Okay, yep.
But when looked for a director, Ridley Scott was about the third or fourth choice because everyone was busy or didn't want to do it.
Alright, yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Tom Skerritt, who played the ship's captain, he didn't want to sign up for it until they had a director signed up.
Ah, true.
So I think he was the last one signed up.
Okay.
But the last one actually chosen was Sigourney Weaver. They were looking for the right female lead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And who would have thought that she would pitch in and do 4 more movies?
Well,
which
it was
is
making
kinda
good
great.
money for her, wouldn't you?
True, but at least
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
a trooper to sign herself up for 4 more movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the point is that was the first lead, and she was doing stage work, and she had 2 minor bits in some movies before that, so that was her meal
Yeah.
ticket,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that and went led on to other greater things for her.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Ghostbusters and
Oh, what a great
And-
role! Another lead.
Yes. Yeah.
and a lot of other movies.
Avatar.
too.
Yes, Avatar. She was in Avatar. That's. I think
Oh
that's.
yeah, and Cabin in the Woods.
I
Wait,
think that's
wait,
what got me
Wait,
thinking
she,
that
she was
Alien
in Vamps
was.
as well, wasn't she? She
Yeah,
played
she
the old
played an
vampire
old
lady.
vampire lady.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was much
She got
years
around.
later.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Other than that, she's become a very successful, well-known actress.
Yeah,
right
very
now.
good, yeah.
I think that's what got me thinking that Alien was directed by James Cameron. It's the fact that she was Sigourney Weaver was in Avatar, and that's how they knew each other.
No, I think he might have done some other ones. Or no,
Yeah.
I think he might have been considered, but he was busy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he couldn't do the first movie. I think
Okay.
he might take notice 2 and 3 or 4 maybe. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, I'll have to have a look.
I often wondered to myself, the director's name is what's his first name again?
Well,
His name is
Ridley.
Ridley Scott.
Yeah, it got me thinking maybe his first name was inspired
No,
from
he
Ripley's
didn't
name.
write it.
Yeah.
He didn't write it.
I know, but he may have changed the name.
The script was
Gosh,
written before he was actually chosen as director.
there you go.
Yeah, and Ripley was meant to be a dude.
Oh, right.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
So according to
Okay.
my notes,
The
Ripley,
quirky look on his face just then.
Yep. So
Oh, there you
Ripley
go.
was
Yeah.
written as a male character. The screenwriters wrote the entire cast as men.
Yeah.
Oh, alright.
Well, there's another female in there that
Yeah.
got shot up by the monster. She was really insipid.
I'll tell you what though, anyone played any Metroid games? Metroid?
No.
It's a
So
series
Smash
that
Brothers, no.
yeah, it took inspiration from the Alien series, and spoiler, the person that you play in the first Metroid is a girl.
Okay.
It tricks you like the whole game. You think you're playing a guy, but at the end, no, it's a girl. So yeah,
She's a man.
yeah.
Yes, he's
That's a
a
good movie. No, it's
Yeah.
not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She likes it. I don't
Yeah,
like it.
So thanks to Star Wars, it's kind of got Alien off to a roaring start, and it's gotten a lot of people watching it over and over again.
Does anyone know when Battlestar Galactica started?
No idea.
Because they did some movies and the TV series.
Yeah,
I was running with it about the same
I
time
seem
because
to recall that Battlestar
Yeah.
Galactica, the original, was made by the same, maybe crew or team members of Star Wars. I seem to recall.
I don't know because
Yeah.
because you had Star Trek, and then
Yeah.
a couple of years later you had the Battlestar Galactica came out. That would have been late '60s, early '70s period. And so it could have been coming in towards mid '70s. I don't know, but I can't remember. I'm just wondering
Yeah.
whether the whole thing, the ball started rolling with Star Wars. Everybody wanted to jump in and make some money out of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But at least they did get somewhere with it.
Yeah.
And
So Star Wars did actually start the sci-fi genre.
yeah.
Well, put the breath of life back in.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
CPR or
Oh,
something.
yeah,
or
true.
other.
Yeah, it changed it. It changed
It changed a
it.
lot.
Yeah.
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 Instead of cardboard cut
Because
out
you still had
lights,
sci-fi stuff, like you had Lost in Space and
Yeah,
things
that
like
sort of
that.
stuff. Yeah, which
Yeah.
is pretty tongue-in-cheek
Wasn't-
sort of rubbish.
when did Star Trek start?
Star Trek started, I think, in '69. I think about
Yeah,
that.
it was.
Yeah.
Okay,
Even that,
okay,
yeah.
we're drifting off this topic.
No, we're
again.
talking about when
okay.
when the
Sci-fi.
sci-fi genre was,
Yeah.
but that was more of a TV series.
Yeah.
And they didn't
Yeah.
actually make
Yeah,
their
true.
Yeah.
movies until later on,
Yeah.
when it was more profitable. When I think probably after Star Wars was made.
Mm.
Yeah, well, basically, any remote property that was somewhat sci-fi got given the green light after the box office
Yeah.
success of Star Wars 4.
Well, since we're talking about genre now, would we actually call Alien a horror film, or is it more of a sci-fi film?
I would definitely say
Good
sci-fi.
question.
Sci-fi for me.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I have trouble across genres. Now, if
Yeah.
it's primarily a sci-fi
Yeah.
with horrific themes,
Yeah.
so you could say it's a sci-fi horror.
Yeah.
Whereas something like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde sort of thing
Yeah.
nowadays might
Yeah.
be more seen horror sci-fi, because obviously the scientific part
Yeah.
is brought into it, but
Yeah.
the main part is the horror theme. So
Yeah.
I'd say it's more sci-fi than a horror. But I mean, a monster's going to be horrific no matter what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
King Kong was either a horror movie, or an action movie, or an adventure movie.
Yeah, it's just like if you
so
seeing as there's
it's
a lot
all
of
cross
action
genres.
bits when you look
Yeah.
when you look at the rest of the other Alien big franchise, you notice
Yeah.
that there's a lot of action bits
Yeah,
here.
Yeah.
so-
Yeah,
So
exactly,
there's
exactly.
also an action
It becomes action,
genre.
sci-fi, horror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 genres.
Yeah.
And then you turn around and say, well, that movie was a bit dark. Does that also come as a sci-fi horror film noir because of all the heroes were dark, sort of moody people?
Yeah.
So
Is creature feature
where do you draw the line?
Yeah.
is creature feature actually a genre?
Creature.
Because it could just be a creature feature.
I
with
don't know.
the sci-fi.
No, I don't think so.
No.
No, it's a subgenre, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I
But
agree.
like slasher
Okay.
movies, they're all horror, but say horror come slasher.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
Yeah, and really pathetic found footage over here somewhere.
Yeah.
I hate found footage.
Yeah.
I love found footage.
I
No,
like
yeah,
it,
look,
as
I
long as
don't
it's-
mind one or two, but everyone says, I'm going to make a cheap movie here, and I'm going to run around, go scream, and fall over. Whoa,
Yeah.
look, found footage.
Yeah.
Oh, Cloverfield.
But there are actually
you know,
some really
some are good,
realistic
some are
ones out
good.
there.
Yeah, like
But
Yeah.
there's got
like
some really
Cloverfield.
cheesy ones out there too.
Cloverfield, you can tell it's fake. 'cause
Yeah.
Of all the special
Well,
effects
the
and
Blair
whatnot.
Witch
I thought it was
totally
scary.
fake.
It was
It's scary, but you can tell that it was fake. But
Yeah.
something like I'm talking about something like Blair Witch Project
Yeah.
and
Okay, I haven't seen
Paranormal
that, no.
Activity. They're
But
good
they
films.
starred
Yeah.
I like Chronicle.
Yeah. Oh, that. Oh,
And
Oh,
that wasn't
that
bad.
was
yeah, that
good.
was
wasn't
fake.
bad.
Yeah.
You can tell that was
But
fake.
that was fun. That was a fun movie.
Yeah.
Chronicle, yeah.
All I'm saying is I like the found footage films that actually look
But-
real.
Yeah.
That actually looks like they
Yeah.
were shot
Yeah.
as it was happening.
I,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
find some that's a cheap way to make a movie. They can't even afford a tripod, you know.
For the tripod.
No, lighting. We stood near the window and the light came in. You know, it's really cheap way to make a movie. And okay, independent guys trying to make a go, that's fine. But
Yeah.
they're making too much for go on found footage, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Put
so,
a tripod up there.
So,
Yeah.
guys, we're drifting off this topic
No, we're
again.
not.
I know that we're talking about genres, but
Yeah.
we're drifting away from the actual film that we're supposed to be
No, we're not.
reviewing, guys,
We were trying to
so-
discuss
Alright,
what genre.
back to Alien,
Let's
yeah.
go
Yeah.
back to Alien. Like, maybe we can move on to, let me see, what other subjects do you have lined up for us, Curtis?
Oh. Well,
Okay.
Since
Take
Curtis
it
has all his
away,
subjects
Curtis.
written down,
yeah,
he's got this
well,
whole book full of them.
yeah, well.
War and
Yeah.
Peace.
I-
He's
I've
more-
listened-
He's more organised than
I
Maria.
won't promote any other podcasts on here, but I've listened to other podcasts that are similar, and I've tried to replicate some of the things they do to enhance.
Yeah.
So, I think the most craziest part for me is it was only made on a $10 million budget.
That's good.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And a man monster.
And Man Monster, yes.
Ah,
In-
bucket loads.
So
Yeah.
you were saying that this alien was actually a guy dressed up.
Yeah, so according to
Yeah,
so according
I've
to my
got
notes,
the foreign name.
um,
Can't pronounce his name.
yeah, so the actor was played by some Nigerian guy called Bodri
Yeah.
Bodot, and all he does, and he's 6 foot. So basically, the reason why they cast him was he was 6'10", and he played the lead alien. And so in all the scenes, so here's a full story if you're interested. The actor wore the famous alien suit, and he didn't get the part through a traditional casting call. He was in a pub in London where he had moved to study graphic arts when the casting agent spotted him and immediately called the alien associate producer Ivor Powell. Powell and Scott had been struggling to find someone to fit
The
the
costume.
praying
The
man
costume,
mystique
yeah.
that they wanted, but luckily
Yeah.
the guy was very 6'10", very lanky, and he took some quick classes to learn how to use the thing, as well as how to use the costume as a whole, and it worked out extremely well.
Ian, I must admit though, if that's a full bodysuit, that must have been hot.
Yeah.
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 I know what it was while he was dribbling. He was sweating. It's a latex suit or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
But at least the,
he went off lanky. He went in there lanky, came out lankier.
Yeah.
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 Wow.
But
That
you-
actually blows my mind that it was a costume. I thought
Well, you
I
look-
thought it was actually mechanic.
It
No,
was
no.
mechanics in the sequels and also puppetry.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
But I
our
think-
CGI.
But you look
computer
at Predator.
graphics
Predator was a
too.
guy in a suit too.
Oh, you could tell Predator was a guy in a
Yeah,
suit.
definitely,
So all these
definitely.
guys,
Yeah.
they use all that sort of stuff. They just these full body suits and stuff. They look great.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
one step up from the Muppets. It's really good.
Yeah. But like I said, you hardly ever get to see the alien. Like I think the only time you ever fully get to see him, like the full creature,
Yeah.
is in the climax when she's trapped in the
Yeah,
pod.
when
Yeah,
he sneaks
exactly,
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that brings a question.
Yeah.
When this big spaceship was getting ready to explode,
I was waiting
who
for this.
told him to go to the shuttle?
Um,
And who told him to hide up the back there and have a snooze while everyone is running around and
well,
panicking
technically,
and
Ripley
everything?
was the only one running around because she saw
Oh,
the
yeah,
cat
but-
there
yeah.
and assuming that he's going to eat it, and then
Yeah.
she runs around, tries to stop the detonation procedure, but
And
somehow
too
the
late.
mothership
Yeah.
refused. So
Yeah.
she had to go back to the pod and try, and she sees the alien gone.
So yeah, that would have been
and
plenty
she
of time
gets
for this
grabbed back
alien to
and
sneak
yeah.
in.
Yeah,
I
but-
think
but he
that
having
was
a-
just
he was having
pure.
a bloody sleep.
Yeah, it
I
was.
think
it
that was just pure coincidence, though.
He's like a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was just
Yeah,
pure
but-
coincidence though that he was there, because like Sarah was saying, like
Yeah.
Ripley was running around the ship doing all this stuff. That
Yeah.
would have been plenty of time for the alien to sneak into the pod.
But why would
You
he? Who told him he was there?
But then again, the
He was
door.
only a couple of days old.
But then again, the shuttle
Yeah.
door was open and the cat
I
was
was-
there, and you would
I
have
was gonna
assumed that
say,
he would have already snuck
You know,
before
if you think of it this way, like
I was
you're
watching Quiet in there.
you're riding, you're running from a predator. You're running trying to get away from a predator, right?
Yeah.
And you know, especially if doors are left open or whatnot, you know, you don't know where the predator's going to end up.
Yeah.
You know, so if you're running away from the predator's trying to find a place to hide himself or whatnot. I mean, obviously the alien wouldn't have known that the ship is about to blow up.
Hiding. He'd be looking for someone to eat.
Yeah, well, exactly.
But then again, he could have had a feed and having want to sleep off
That's
somewhere.
the interesting thing about Predator. We don't see him actually.
No,
eat up
the
the
predator.
victim.
Yeah.
The predator.
I mean, I'm not Predator.
Yeah,
I mean
yeah, yeah.
Alien. You never
Yeah.
see him
Yeah.
eat any.
Yeah,
of the
you see,
people.
you see him grab somebody and they disappear,
Yeah.
or they get clawed or something.
Yeah,
or
well,
go
they
fix.
try to replicate Jaws almost.
Yes.
Yeah, Bruce,
Like-
Bruce the shark. Yeah,
Like
yeah,
maybe
I
he
like
would
Jaws.
cut him up,
yeah.
maybe use his claws and all that stuff, but you don't see him actually eating
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
He's probably
Does he
vegan. He's
eat,
probably
though?
a vegan.
I mean, does he eat people?
Well, you don't see Alien ever eat anything.
No,
It's-
The body's just
You
a
don't
Are you
see-
talking about
Yeah,
Alien? I
yeah.
thought you were talking about Predator. I'm
no,
I'm
no.
confused
Talk
now.
about Alien.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but they said they never found the bodies.
Oh.
Apart from the black guy being ripped up,
Yep.
and they found him bits of him hanging there and that
Yeah.
floating dock or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
They didn't find the captain's body. I don't know about the female
I
who
think
died.
I think it is in the first one. There is a movie where you actually go into the nest and there's all the bodies in the nest. Yeah. What?
That's
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, I see you have a point there. Kane
Yeah.
was was it Kane that
It was Kane. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
it
one that
was.
got the chest bust.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kane, who got his chest exploded,
Broken.
and his second mate became in charge, and
Yeah.
and he disappeared when he was trying to tackle the monster himself single-handedly.
Actually, he got taken.
Yes,
He
and
got-
we don't know what happened to him because we're left to
Yeah.
left unknown.
See, that's something else that that really bugged me about this movie as well. Is like you don't know what happened to the victims. I mean, at least in most horror films, like they do actually show you what happened to the victims.
Yeah.
But in
Yeah,
this
yeah.
one, you
But then
don't.
again, this
they
is
don't
a
find out.
sci-fi
Yeah.
movie, so we can't really
Yeah.
examine.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Anytime.
are left with to.
Well, even in
yes,
sci-fi movies,
We left
you learn
that-
what happens to the victims.
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
could just be left to wonder, maybe they've been killed or may have
Yeah.
sort of
I mean,
Well,
I suppose it
knows?
is always good to have a little bit of a mystery.
Yeah.
a bit of mystery can
Yeah.
go a long way.
Yeah.
Like especially
Yeah.
when you do those when you look at movies where you don't know the identity of the monster, and then you
Yeah.
find and it's all point of view shots.
Yep,
And then
yep.
and then you find out much later on that you know the identity of this creature.
Yeah.
It's all up to the suspense and up to the audience to work out what this creature is.
So that would
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
that would explain why you don't see the alien as much. As I was saying, one of my biggest down points of this film was you don't get to see the creature that often. But you were just explaining that it was all was all to do with building up suspense towards.
Yeah, yeah.
the end. Oh,
Well, like our police
Yeah.
cop would, build the suspense up and then drop it in your lap
Oh,
and
yeah.
say,
Yeah,
see you later,
yeah,
see you later, guy.
yeah.
If you see the creature in its full form, like it's a complete mid shot or wide shot of the creature, like
Yeah.
all it's down to its legs, to its head,
yeah,
and then you don't, and it's that okay, we've seen the monster. Okay, I'm shitting I'm pooing my pants now, so I need to run for it.
language
I
there.
need a nappy change. Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah,
I almost said it, but
yeah,
but thanks for bringing that up. So pretty much, if you saw the creature all in its full,
Yeah, it's sort
you're
of like,
left, there's no surprise.
it's like
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
the first 15, 20 minutes, there's no surprise at the end.
It's just like
So,
when you,
yeah.
it's
Fair
just like
enough.
when you
Yeah,
see the creature tore out of the guy's
I think it's
chest.
just the fact that there's like a lot of talking, a lot of dialogue. Like when I was going through film school, what was it they were talking about?
They were talking about tension.
Not tension,
Yeah.
but they were talking about was it subtext or
Yeah, sub-meaning.
not submeaning? Something to do with less, like show more, say less.
Yeah.
Show don't tell.
Yeah, show don't tell. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, someone told Sarah a long time, last year, whatever, or the year before, when she was doing her studies, that a script for a movie must be 150 pages long. And that rubbish.
Yeah.
If you say we've got a quiet bit for 5 minutes, say, and we were quiet for the next 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's it. No, you just describe the scene,
Yeah.
maybe,
Yeah.
but there's no dialogue to
Yeah.
record. So she got her current movie that was about 50 something pages long. Because
Yeah.
it's not all dialogue through it.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all there's
Well-
like atmosphere sort of stuff and
Yeah,
things.
Well, if I couldn't get access to the script online,
Yeah.
I would just assume that the script was very short.
probably.
Yes. Yeah. But when I shot
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
Young Mad Scientist, that was actually a 50-page script, but
Yeah.
it turned out to be a 33-minute movie.
Yeah.
So-
Well, actually,
yeah.
talking of scripts, just as a sideline, remember Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the first movie?
Yeah.
Not the TV series, the
Yep.
movie.
Yep.
I heard that there's no script for that movie.
Really?
Really?
Was
Yeah.
all revised?
They just said, got them together and said, okay, what we're going to do, what you do here, run through here and say a few words. Oh, well, yeah. And that was it. There's no real script.
Oh, right.
Donald Sutherland was horrified.
I can imagine.
Where's the script? He said, there is a script, we just make it up to go along. He goes, what the friggin' hell have I got myself for here? And, and I heard there's no script for it.
Okay, guys, we're running.
Yeah.
We're
No, we just talked about scripts, okay?
Yeah.
I think I'm digressing for a minute.
Well,
know.
maybe less people would have signed up for it because the original title of the film was called Star Beast.
Ah.
Wow, there you go then.
Well, I guess I could see from their point of view that type
that
title
sounds
would
like a
just-
Japanese one, doesn't
would
it?
just
Yeah.
seem
You're like
like
Starman.
it's
Yeah,
be
man.
like it'd be like King Kong or Godzilla.
Oh, they're attacking a bunch
Yeah.
of people.
That doesn't really show you very much boost to the story.
Nothing
Yeah.
against Japanese movies. They make really good movies. Okay?
They're calling
Okay.
it just Alien, just brings it all together.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, well,
I mean, so Americans like a cut and dry. You notice that?
Yeah.
They'll get a movie made in England, and they'll bring it over there. We don't like the name, or change the name of the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
Why?
It
Yeah.
doesn't tell us what the movie's about.
Yeah.
Go and see the movie.
Yeah, you'd be surprised in any films these days that they would often change the title.
Yeah.
In different countries, they would change it for particular reasons, and then in another country they would change it for their own other reasons.
well, according to my notes here, as when Dan O'Bannon was typing the dialogue, when the crew members discussed the alien, the word jumped out at him, and he promptly ditched Star Beast for a simpler title, which he loved because it was a noun and an adjective.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Works for me.
Oh, there you go.
There
Yeah,
you
well,
go.
simple names.
Yeah.
It doesn't
See?
have to be Alien 24 or
Yeah.
or 100 Alien or something.
Yeah.
Or some
Yeah.
kind of it's straight to the point. It's just like when look at Ray Kroc for an example.
Yep.
The guy who made McDonald's,
Yep.
the founder.
Yep.
He thought McDonald's was to the point and
a good family
and a
name.
good
Yeah.
family
Yeah.
name.
So
Yeah.
he bought it because he wanted the name.
Yeah.
Alien
Well,
pretty much
technically he didn't buy it, he
spelled
stole it.
And
Yeah,
once
he
it became
stole
super,
Well, they signed it over to him.
Yes.
and once it got more,
He still stole it.
Yeah, just like Steve
He
Jobs.
manipulated them to signing it over
Yeah,
to
just
someone.
like
So
that.
he stole it.
Like
They-
how Steve Jobs
Yeah.
stole
They
it.
got paid
Alien
for it.
sort of says it all. When
Yeah,
you-
yeah. And that's why it was so easy because then you go aliens, the next one.
More aliens.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
more
next one.
aliens.
Yeah,
Aliens
and-
3.
aliens.
Yeah.
And a coach load came
And
through with
then-
more aliens.
And
Yeah.
for some reason, at the turn of the century, it was called Prometheus.
Yeah.
Prometheus.
So what is Prometheus
That's-
about? I never
that's
understood
from-
what it was
that's
about.
from
We
Greek.
won't go there.
Yeah.
I think it's
If we
from
want
Greek
to
mythology or something. I
explore
just can't.
Prometheus, we will in the next
Yeah.
podcast.
Okay.
episode.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is, we're just going
I
over
think it's
the-
Greek mythology name or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than
Some sort of phoenix rising from the nest or something or other. I think. But
I think we'll save that for another
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah, we'll say
Yeah.
that
I'm
for-
sorry I brought it up, guys.
Yeah, I only
Right.
said that as a joke. That's meant to.
Yeah.
yeah, I think it would.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you guys feel about this movie? Do you think anyone should go and check it out?
Yeah, I think anyone should see it.
I think it's good.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, if you're into classic, Hollywood type movies like that, yeah, definitely go and see it.
Mike?
So- well, I think really, I mean, I like sci-fi. I like earlier sci-fi. I like later sci-fi. But I think this was a good transition
Yeah.
period. I mean,
Yeah.
Star Wars was nice, and that was like an
Yeah,
action
fantasy.
adventure drama.
Yeah.
This got more into a sci-fi horror, and I think that set the ground rules for the new movies coming up.
Yep.
And I think that was a really good added. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Okay, yeah.
I mean-
we
Me
wouldn't
too.
have today what we got now without the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Curtis, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, just looking back through my notes and seeing all the work that was done, I have a lot of respect for the project. And when you look into it, when you watch it back, it's amazing. So I high recommend, and there's no doubt in my mind that there's hopefully at the next anniversary mark there'll be a screening at a cinema in the year. If not,
Yeah.
just catch it on Blu-ray.
I mean, I said at the start of this podcast that I didn't think the movie was really that scary, but that is just a personal opinion of mine. Like, don't take that. I'm just saying, don't
Yeah.
take that literally.
Well,
I
that's
just
fair.
I just prefer movies with a bit of action, a bit of adventure, a bit of, as well as the fantasy. Like movies that just talk all the way through it. I just find them very boring. But that's just me.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So we won't hold it against you, Jason.
Well, next time we'll go along with this Psycho or something
all
rather.
the
Yeah.
listeners won't hold it against you.
Yes.
I hope. guys.
Well, the Exorcist could be a
Yeah,
good one for you then,
so-
hey? Yeah.
So?
The Exorcist will do next for you, hey?
Oh, I
Oh,
love
no.
The Exorcist.
Yeah, so
I loved it.
my final
Yeah.
verdict on the film, I suggest you definitely should go check it out. It's worth watching, and it's worth you guys to lay out your own point of view on this.
Mm.
On
Absolutely.
your
Excellent
thoughts on
movie.
this film.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's do we have any final thoughts on before we close this podcast episode?
I give it an 8 out of 10.
I'd go 9 at least. But actually, I do one thing in closing. One thing in closing, I remember something right at the beginning, near the beginning, where they actually came upon the alien spaceship.
Yep.
And in the background, you had this dirty great big planet like Saturn there, and then you had a smaller planet in front of that, and then on another planet or something. It didn't look real.
Yeah,
They
right.
did too much on that scene.
Okay.
They just overdid it, so I think to me it lost a sense of realism. But
Yeah.
allowing for that, I still reckon it gets a 9. Yeah.
I reckon for me it would get a 7. For me.
Well, unlike the actors, when they saw the chest
Hopping.
popping
Yeah,
scene,
yeah.
this shouldn't really surprise anybody. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, 9
Alright.
for me too. So that's our final verdict on this film. So definitely go check it out. So
Yeah.
and lay out your own thoughts on it.
Alright, thank
All
you.
right, now we're going to be doing a closer. So, Jason, do you have anything to say before we close up?
Yeah. Well, I have some very exciting news.
You're pregnant. No, sorry.
No.
Okay.
That
sorry,
was
sorry.
not.
No, sorry.
That was.
No,
yeah,
that wasn't it. That wasn't
I'm not gonna go
No,
there.
that
That was
Anyway.
not cool.
No. The good news. The good news is as you guys know, I have been working on a movie called Young Mad
Oh,
Scientist.
yeah.
Yep. The movie is just about finished,
Cool.
and we have announced a release. We haven't gotten a specific date as yet, but we are announcing that it's going to be released in Easter. So we're very
Excellent,
excited
excellent.
about that.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say?
Did just follow me on Color Films.
Follow. You want to tell them how to follow you?
So basically, there's Cologram98 at Instagram, and also Color Films on YouTube.
What about you, Will? Do you have anything to add
Um,
to this podcast?
Just saying, thank you for letting me on your podcast.
Oh yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And same for me as well.
Not at all,
Where's
guys.
my manners?
Yes, quite right.
Exactly.
There you go. Can I say something?
Yes, you may, Pop.
Yibbida yibbida, that's all, folks.
Yes. So thanks for listening. That's about all we have to say today. So I hope we'll see you around the cemetery, and I'll see you in our next episode. So goodbye from all of us.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
See ya.
All right. Thanks, guys. See you
Alright.
around.
Awesome.
Turtles.
Doodle.
Bye.
And as my good friend Justin Scarlett say, go home and sleep well.